record live in East Sandwich, Massachusetts, on the campus of Riverview School. This is Our View Podcast, Episode 2, Nick and Jackson. This week we sat down with Nick and Jackson. Together they share a passion of music and entertainment. They sat down and told us all about it. Tell us how you two met.
So I know last school year, with the track team, I started DJing for that, and then this school year, Jackson started. One day he asked me if you could help. I didn't know who he was at the time, and then I found he actually does this.
So I found Nick on the field with Mr. Marvin, back to the good old days in September, and I honestly went and I was like, who's this kid? He has this speaker, and I'm like, yo, can I help you?
What was it like playing on campus for the first time?
Our first job, we honestly went pretty major. We were like, well, we can just do something outside, and it was pretty cold and pretty warm at the same time. And we played music as loud as we could. And that was pretty fun. We just played, I wish we had a camera, honestly.
One day, out in the field, I got the speaker for something else, and right after lunch, let's play this and see how it goes. And people, I set it up on the field, people just immediately came over to the field. They're just having fun, doing sports. We weren't really doing anything, but I did notice once they had the music going, they just ran over to the field, and they're doing football or kickball or whatever. It shows that people really do like music.
Tell us about Boom Squad.
Boom Squad is under the authority of me and Nick. We needed a name pretty much from November. Like, we gotta create a name, and then Nick actually decided to create Boom Squad.
Tell us your vision for Boom Squad.
I think my vision would be actually having our own SoundCloud, and he does DJ mixes, and I'll do creating the sound work. I'll create garage band samples or something, and we'll put it into DJ mixes, and that's where we're gonna have it.
Right now, it's just something fun, but I remember really early in the year, one of our staff mentioned we should be charging money for this. But I'm like, just do it for fun right now. Maybe we'll see where it goes in the future.
Tell us your vision for yourself in music.
Being at festivals with them would be great. Most importantly, gathering other mixes from other people and then matching it up with our songs. That would be the most important thing that we would do.
Tell us more about that.
Kind of proud, but also sad at the same time, because there's not actually a lot of people on autism spectrum or special needs spectrum who are taking their knowledge and putting it out there. I feel like once you have a SoundCloud and you get pretty familiar with it, and then you don't put it to good use, it's kind of sad, and a lot of artists have been doing that. So I want to get people hired. There's not a lot of label companies who are looking at special needs kids. I mean, I think there's one kid from England, and that's about it. But it's pretty sad. I mean, kids, they don't have an outlet. And sometimes it's a little bit hard to understand why they're not coming from that angle. It can be a little bit more sad and frustrating, because when you try to put music and you get maybe 57 likes, people aren't, those label companies aren't going to know who you are, and if you don't get signed on to, that's actually going to be a little bit more interesting. That there's kids with special needs goal, and then once they get there, they get dropped, and they don't have any record label that's going to be like, oh, you got to do this, and we'll sign you on. How would that make you feel? How do you think our music world will actually improve? Being a music producer and DJ? you're going above the steps. And once you make the music, you're actually going into the headlines, and it's more kind of your own way of life.
This is Our View podcast. Thank you for listening.
Boom Squad out.